I want to say one thing. I mean no disrespect to anyone, and this is not targeted to like just one specific person. It really isn't. I read in the comment section of these videos that I do, a tour around Charlotte, and there are quite a few, not a lot, that will say, Langston, I like Still Creek. I like the Still Creek area and everything, but I can't afford, to live in that area. So could you go to an area that's affordable? Can you show me some homes or houses that's affordable, that's along my budget? And I've actually had people put in the comment section, what they can afford per month to live in Charlotte. And I've seen outlandish numbers. One person was like, yo, I need a 2-3 bedroom for $900. And I'm like, where are you gonna find that in Charlotte? Like, you get that in the hood. You could possibly get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in a hood for about $900, $900 possibly. I don't even think that you could get it for that much. I mean, that like it would be more. It'd probably be about 1,100, something like that, 12. The point that I'm trying to make to you is this: if you plan on, and I've said this in a video before, and like I said, I mean no disrespect to anyone, and I'm not trying to crush anyone's dreams. I understand that a lot of people want to move here and they like the city. I get it. You understand? But if you are moving from where you live at, from your mediocre life where you live at, to come to Charlotte to live a mediocre life, you need to just stay home. That plain and simple. I'm not trying to burst anyone's bubble. Like, okay, I put it to you like this. I plan on moving from Charlotte, right? Last year, right? COVID hit and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. It wouldn't have made sense to actually move from Charlotte to where I wanted to move at. And the reason why I'm not telling you where I want to move to is because I'm the type of person that, makes my actions speak louder than words. So when I move there, that's when I'll tell you, hey, I'm here and this is the state that I'm in, da-da-da-da-da. Other than that, until I move, I will never tell anybody my plans, because guess what? You're going to expect me to move to that specific place. Let's say, for example, if I say I want to move to Alaska, right? I want to move to Alaska by June. When June comes, you're going to expect to see a U-Haul truck or a plane ticket or something that states that I'm out. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to live up to your expectations. I don't want to let you down. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, until I move, I won't talk about it. But for the sake of the conversation, I wanted to move last year. So this year, it looks like I'm going to be able to move when I want to move. But the thing of it is I'm still looking for houses and everything. And where I want to move to is kind of expensive. Not kind of expensive. It is expensive. You understand? So the thing of it is that what I've learned, and this is what I'm trying to tell you all, what I've learned is not to complain about how much the rent is. What I've learned is to just make more. Just find another way or means of making more money. Because the thing of it is that where I want to move to, I don't want to live like how I'm living now. That doesn't make sense to me. That's like backpedaling. Where I want to move to, I want to move to a nicer place. I want to be in a situation where it's a step up, not a step down, or just the same step that I was stepping on when I was here. That plain and simple. When I move, I want to move. I not only do I want to move, but I want my lifestyle to change for the better. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to you. Why would you want to live the same lifestyle that you lived where you're at in Charlotte? Doesn't make sense. See, a lot of us minorities always bitch and complain about the rent and the bills and the this and the that, and I can't afford this. Listen, let me tell you something. It's 2021. If you can't make no extra money, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, listen, you could do Uber Eats, Postmates, Grubhub, anything. You could do hair on the side. You could cut hair. There's an unlimited amount of things that you can do in order to generate more money. But see, this is what I try to explain to you all, and this is the reason why my channel is so profound. Even though I don't have the subscribers that I need to have, and the views as well. But my channel is like above the norm when it comes to Charlotte. Because not only am I telling you about Charlotte, but it's about, I'm not teaching you, I'm telling you about life. And at the end of the day, the reason why you're actually complaining about, you showing, the Still Creek area and these places where I can't afford, the reason why you can't afford it is because you still work and you make a certain amount of money per week. Aren't you tired? Let's say, for example, if you make $300 a week, aren't you tired of making $300 every week? That would bore me. I would have to, the next week, I would have to put on some extra hours. You know what I'm saying? Pick up a gig or something to make some money where, okay, this week I made $350 instead of last week $300. In other words, you're allowing someone else to determine your lifestyle. And me personally, I couldn't live with myself like that. That's the reason why I ain't gonna say I never, I've had jobs, but I've never stayed at a job. And the last job I had was, had to be about 14 years ago, about 13 years ago. Yeah, about 13 years ago. I worked 2 days. I helped assemble the stage for Chris Brown's concert, and the second day I did it for the country singer, the white girl. I forgot her name. She's known. That's it. So in total, let's just sum it up. Like, how long has it been? I've never worked a whole year at one job ever in my life. Let me just sum up all of the temporary jobs that I worked at, and the jobs that I just walked off, got fired. I've worked a total out of all my life, all together, possibly 2 years out of my life. I've always been that type of person to go out there and get what I want and need. That plain and simple. And being an entrepreneur and working for yourself, it has its ups and downs. I'm not gonna lie. But guess what? At least at the end of the day, I gave it my all. And I'm not too proud to work a job if need be. I mean, I was doing Postmates last year. If I gotta go back and do that, I'll do it. I'll do whatever it takes in order for me to maintain what I have and more. And it's just like, I just have to give it to you raw. I wouldn't be me if I didn't. When people talk about, well, that's too much, and find somewhere where it's affordable for me, and blah 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 blah. When it comes to my mind, out of all my years, this is how I judge you. I look at you. I ain't gonna say judge you, because who am I to judge you? This is how I look at you. You have this defeatist mentality. That plain and simple. Because ain't no way in the world, let's say, for example, extra $300, $400 on rent would stop me from my dreams. It just wouldn't make sense to me. If my rent, if my dream, if where I wanted to live at was my dream, like Charlotte, right? If it was my dream, and I had to make an extra $300 to $400 in order to live there, please, I'll be flipping burgers and everything else. I continue to say this, yo, and I hope no one doesn't try to bite off of me, because I've coined this, and I live and die by this. Yo, your dreams are someone else's reality. Your dreams, where you're at right now, I'm living out your reality. You're not here yet. I am. So kill it. Listen, look at my videos and let it inspire you to do more, to be a better person. Let me say something to you. If you're a single mom and you don't have that much money, and you got you transferring, to a rinky-dink job, or you got a rinky-dink job down here, I'm gonna tell you off the rip, don't even move here. Don't even bother yourself. Straight up. Let me tell you something. Where I'm moving to, I can't have no less than $10,000. No less. I'm not moving unless I have $10,000 to go towards rent and the bills. 10,000. That's not like money on the side. You see what I'm saying? Like, I gotta have money on the side too. Like, that's 10,000 put towards the far as moving. First month's deposit, couple months on rent, etc. Bills. That's not my savings. I gotta have savings on the side too. Break in case of emergency money on the side. But just 10,000 alone for the whole move. That's not including to get there, to rent the U-Haul truck and the gas. No. That's 10,000 to go towards rent and the bills. If you don't have somewhat close to that, I don't know what to tell you. I hate to bust your bubble. I hate to tell you not to move here because you are an adult and you could do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, let me tell you something. This is specifically for single mothers. You do realize that you don't have a support system. You do realize that, right? Like, I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. I don't ever want to get married. I don't even want to be in a committed relationship anymore because I feel as though that women are just too demanding. And it's at times that I just want to sit in the house and twiddle my balls. I gotta be real with you all. I'm sorry for being that way. I'm not sorry for being who I am. I apologize for using that type of language if you're not used to hearing that. But just sometimes I want to do that while I'm playing PlayStation. I mean, sometimes I just want to be a kid at heart, and that's it. And I don't want no one to judge me. I don't want nobody walking over me, looking over me and give me the eye. You know how some of y'all women do. Y'all give me the eye and whatever have you. I don't want none of that. My point in making, because, Langston, get to the point. My point in making is this. Regardless, I still have a support system. I still have a family. So wherever I go, I can lean on my family to help me out. I mean, my immediate family. You don't have that. You see what I'm saying? And you're moving somewhere that most of y'all are moving here and don't have any family or friends. I couldn't do that. I moved to Atlanta and I didn't have, matter of fact, I didn't have a friend. I'm sorry. I had a friend and then I just found out that I had some cousins down there too. You see what I'm saying? I live in Charlotte. I know a couple of people. I mean, Pretty Ricky is down the street from me. So if anything would have happened, you know what I'm saying? I could kind of depend on them. I say kind of depend on them because, people can have things to do. That plain and simple. But I know if it's an emergency or whatever, and I get in contact with him, he'll help out. You're moving down here with little to no money, some cases no job, and you don't have a car, and you don't have a support system. That sounds like a disaster, man. It just does. Most people, when they move, they wait about 2 years to move because most people that really want to move to a place, they have what you call an agenda. An agenda. They have things in order. They know how much they have to save. They've done their due diligence when it comes to, what they want to spend, how much money they want to spend on rent, gas, all types of things. They incorporate all of that stuff in. If you're not doing that, then you're setting yourself up for disaster. You're going to be like me when I first got here, going down to crisis, getting assistance. Because I'm about to get evicted, and it just so happened that I went down to crisis and they paid half of my rent, and I had to just come up with the other half. You're gonna be doing that and taking heed. You can only do that once every 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. Twice a year, that's it. It's a wrap. I mean, now that the COVID thing is happening, I'm pretty sure that you could do it more often because there are a lot of people that are, not able to pay their rent. But for the most part, on a regular year, you can't go down and get assistance every month like that. So please, don't. I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I'm just saying, like, if you are not able to live out your dreams the way that you want to live it, the way that you see yourself when you dream about Charlotte or when you think about Charlotte, then I suggest that you stay home until you get it right. That plain and simple, because at the end of the day, I'm just being real with you. I'm not going to show you anything affordable. I'm just not, because living in Charlotte in good areas, there are no affordable areas like that. You're going to have to pay. I go to Whole Foods. I don't expect to get any affordable food. I don't expect for them to have affordable prices. It's that plain and simple. I'm not trying to be funny with you. I'm just being real. If I go to a used car dealership, right, that's affordable. But I know what I'm going to get from that. It ain't going to be no Lexus. If I go to a Lexus dealer, I know it's not affordable. I'm just here to tell you, what do you want? You want to live like you living now, or do you want to live a better life than that? Because I can tell you, man, it's nothing like being in Charlotte and seeing the things that you want to do, but you can't do it. There's been numerous of times where, because this is my third time living in Still Creek. There's been numerous of times, like the first time when I stayed in Bexley Apartments. Yo, let me tell you something. Man, I'm going to keep it goddamn 100 with y'all. Because I don't think y'all understand who y'all are talking to. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's best to talk to me, because I've been through the muck and mire. You see what I'm saying? And I got out of it. But let me tell you how I got down. Yo, I was so desperate to not live in the hood. When I came here the first time, I had 2 children, right? We stayed in a 1-bedroom in Bexley in Still Creek. Nice luxury apartments. I had a 1-bedroom. That's the only thing I could afford. I was paying $800 a month. Only thing I could afford, and I got that on a special. I slept on the floor, mother, my children, and slept. One of them slept in. Excuse me. My mother, my children. 3 children. I take that back. I had 3 children. Sorry. I apologize. So the mother of my children, she was breastfeeding the little baby, and then the 2 other children slept in bunk beds in that bedroom. I slept on the floor and made like a pallet in the living room. That's how desperate I was to not live in the hood. And this is the point that I'm making. I made certain sacrifices. But like during that time, I ain't had no license. The mother of my children had to take me here and there. The reason why I'm saying mother of my children, because I don't call her baby mama. That's ghetto to me. So the mother of my children had to take me here and there, take me to the gym, take me this place, that place, because my license was revoked. Right? And you know what? Each time she had to take me somewhere, we had to get on Highway 77. You know something special about Highway 77? I had to pass by Carowinds every time. And it pained me to look at Carowinds and know that I couldn't afford to take my children there. I couldn't even afford to take myself there. I mean, Carowinds tickets is $50 a ticket. That's where I came from. But now I can tell you this summer, I'm waiting for Carowinds to open up. Why? Because I'm going to go ahead and get my tickets and make sure that I have a good time along with my children. So you're going to have to make certain sacrifices. And don't try to be like me, because I made that happen in 2010, 2011, and 2021, trying to do that in Charlotte. Please, man. And I'm telling you, I barely made it. I was so close to being evicted. So close. All I'm here to do is inspire you and tell you, whether you listen or not, what to do and what not to do. Because I've done good and bad. I've learned like how life functions now. And being that I learned how life functions, and just in specific how Charlotte functions, how the South functions, you can learn from my mistakes. Because I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, most of my life, I was a fuck up. And I've just now gotten my life to the point where I can say, you know what, man, whew, I'm good. Straight up. And I could tell you in my 20s, I fucked things up. And I just don't want you to go, for all of you young people, I don't want you to go down the route that I went down. I know you all are anxious to get here, man, but some of the comments that I see, it's like, you can't be that stupid. You want to gamble with your life like that? Before I get out of here, because I know this is long. This video is stupid long. But I know it's interesting. I know it is. Y'all don't have to tell me. I don't think you all realize, for those that never had an eviction, just how an eviction works. So, one, they put it on your credit. I've had 2 evictions, right? You gotta wait 7 years. So these evictions I had, I was in my early 20s. So of course, like, you know, years later, they drop off. I paid for one of them. It doesn't make sense to pay for any eviction. Why? Because they're never gonna take it off. You're gonna have to wait 7 years, right? Regardless of whether you pay it off or not, right? Which you owe to the apartment or whomever, you know, your landlord. So I had 2 evictions. Both of them dropped off. Within the 7 years, you cannot go to any apartment or house and get approved. That if you have a house or apartment, someone signed for it. That plain and simple. Evictions, people will tell you, oh, they can remove an eviction. They can't. They're lying to you. So you don't want that to happen, because that's 7 years of bad credit. 7. And during those 7 years, you cannot get a house or an apartment in your name. I've been through it. I've been through having my license revoked and having to depend on other people. In other words, what I'm trying to explain to you is you just do not want to depend on people, period, for whatever it is. Because we as human beings will sometimes intentionally let you down, while other times we don't mean it. We just got shit to do. So I leave you with this. Be wise. Because I know I wasn't. And I didn't have a Langston 2092 to tell me better. So now that you know better. I shouldn't see any crazy ass comments in the comment section talking about I only got $500 on rent. Could you show me somewhere where it's not the hood, it's not Still Creek because it's too much, but just affordable? I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to even read it. Once I see 5, I'm just going, no. I ain't going to, whatever. Hey man, I hope that I helped you all out. My name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video. Peace.